Roll up, roll up. It's time for the Pea Brain Show. Take your seats, and the Pea Brain Show is about to begin. And don't forget, the Pea Brain Show is full of lots of different segments, so there should be something for everybody. The segments sometimes stay the same, sometimes we throw some new ones in there. So if there's a subject you'd like me to do, just let me know and I'll add that segment. So as I've put in the top of the comments, very traumatic time here for lots of different reasons. So this is what the Pea Brain Show was invented for, just to take you away for an hour or so and just forget your troubles and we'll all have fun. And that's why I always have jokes in my lives on Monday and my lives every Wednesday. So there will be jokes, just hang on in there. So let's begin today. And the first segment today, we're going to begin today with the segment I like to call Sow, Grow, Mow and Ho, 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 as in gardening, hoeing. So yes, this is the gardening segment. And the first thing we'll have today, in the gardening segment, it's the time for me when my sweet corn are yay high at the moment, and I've got lots of different types. If you look at my videos, you'll see there are 3 different types of sweet corn I'm growing. And thanks to Josh from In Your Yard Homestead, because he provided me with nearly all those seeds. I had, I think, about 5 little kernels left from when I tried to grow sweet corn last time. So I've got those, but mostly thanks to Josh. So I thought I was just going to read my own notes that I've slowly been making, how to grow sweet corn. And I thought I'd go through and just check I'm doing it all right this time so I can get more sweet corn this year. And I thought, well, instead of just reading it before I came on the live, I thought, why not read it out and it might help you. So as I say, I go around, I read different books. I've shown my gardening books before. They are 2 completely different eras. So they actually have contradicting ways of doing things. But as you know me, I grab all information, churn it all up, throw out anything that doesn't apply to me or I don't want to do, such as the very old gardening books that we got from Mike's mum. That she had, I think she had from somebody else. No, she bought them slowly as a set, but they're really old. They're full of, if you've got a pest problem, oh yes, let's have a look. Chemical. So, you know, that's not me and most gardeners, no. So as I say, I read everything and then make assumptions from that. And I write down, if it's my handwritten notes, I just write down things I want to take, or if I see someone doing something, or I ask all you guys tell me things and I'll write it down. So I make my own notes, then I read them through when I'm growing them again and see where I go from there. So my own sweet corn notes, Kalaboki is what we call it in Cyprus. That's the Cypriot way of saying it. So Kalaboki. Sometimes I forget the English names for things, and then of course some things I have to say the American names as well. So it's like the Americans, I think the Australians as well, say cantaloupe for melon, and eggplant when we say aubergine, and okra when we say lady's fingers. So I try and say both when I remember. But as I said, I know the Greek and the Cypriot names for most things, and then I forget the English names. And yes, Cypriot and Greek are different. So I'll read what I've got, what I've written. Needs a warm, sunny position, but sheltered from strong winds. That's mostly because when they get the silks, the tassels, you don't want them to blow all the goodness that you want to multiply them and seed them and germinate them and so forth. You don't want that all blowing everywhere. Needs a long growing season, so yes, plant as early as you possibly can. Obviously you don't want frost or cold or that kind of thing. I grow mine straight in the ground where I want them. I have heard you can grow them in pots, but I think they're quite fickle. Thank you for that thumbs up. I just didn't want one appear. Yes, you can grow them in pots and things, but if you want to transplant them, they are one of the things that, if you're careful, it's fine, but they're a bit troublesome. If you mustn't really disturb those roots in any way. A bit like me, don't mess with where I am. I'm planted. I've got news on that. Remind me to tell you on Wednesday because I give updates, so I'll give you news on that. Yeah, as I say, it's got a shallow root system. Now, something to do, which I think was a little thing I didn't do much of last year, was heal them up. So put the earth around them, because obviously if you water them and they only need a sprinkling of water every day, if you water them and the earth sort of evaporates a bit, they're going to expose their roots. So that healed them. And the reason mine didn't grow very well last year was I've done a whole video, in fact 2 or 3 videos on it. Hello Celinda, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. That's very kind of you. Yeah, the reason the sweet corn didn't grow very well for me last year was, as I say, I've got several videos, 3 or 4 maybe even, following the disaster of the sweet corn. I had a plague of ants in them. And when I say a plague of ants, I mean massive of ants. And it wasn't that they were on an ant hill or something planted like that. And I show it and I asked in the comments or in the video, and nobody had heard about that before. And that, I say it destroyed it. I think I had a couple of kernels left, like the sweet corn ears I had left. And as I say, didn't eat any, but I saved all of those, let them dry out. So I had a few of those to regrow this year. So also from that, yeah, try and start them off under glass or something like that, because obviously they germinate quicker, and because they have a slow growing season, you want to get them growing as quick as possible. Keep moist but not wet. 30 centimeters apart with exposure to the sun. Yeah, don't overwater though. It's like what I say about growing potatoes. They don't like their feet wet. They don't want to be in water. I just do a sprinkle every day of all the 3 types I've got growing. When you get the tassels, the top tassels, shake them off. They're the males to pollinate the silks, which are the female flowers. Harvest them about August to September or your autumn. When the tassels turn brown, that's when you want to do that. Twist the cob so they snap off from the stem. Just grasp and split it downwards from the stalk. Take big cobs from the bottom first. Obviously, like you would with any produce, you take what's at the bottom and then slowly go up and pick the produce, because obviously the bottom things are the ones that are there first. They're ready first, and they will go off first as well. Hello, Blue. How are you doing? I know you're not very well at the moment, so hope you're relaxing. Gives you time to watch some videos. So chill out. But at least you're moved in. Imagine if it had been you was ill before you were moving or on the move. Oh my goodness. So let's be grateful for that, shall we? Oh dear, I hope you're feeling better. Cobs should be ready 3 weeks after the silks, the female flowers have appeared. And a common mistake is to leave them on too long. But then that's what fresh produce is all about, isn't it? You want to pick things fresh. It's like the aubergines. You see in some videos, people pick these great big ones. But if you're growing for really fresh food, sometimes things too big aren't actually at their prime. So depends where you are, obviously, location, region, things always grow differently. But I learned that here, that I don't want huge aubergines. They're not going to be very good. So each to their own. Same with okra as well. I hear a lot of people hate okra. When I first tried it, I grew it last year for the first time. When I first tried it, I absolutely hated it. And then I read somewhere, have it smaller. Don't do what you see in videos. Sometimes people have like really big okra. Try and pick it way before that, about this big maximum. They grow fat, but not tall. Don't get them too long. And I thought, oh, I'll give it one more go. Mike said, oh no, I hate it. I'm not trying it again. And now I love them. So it can just be something like that makes a huge difference. And because Mike doesn't like them, there's no point me cooking with them or anything, because he won't like them in it. So what I do, my land's pretty big, as you know, over 6,000 square meters. And obviously, if I'm down one end of the garden and I'm a bit peckish, I'll pick an okra. So they're my little snack in the garden. And I believe, Blue can tell us, I believe they're the vegetable that has the most qualities of everything you need. So I'm sure that is the one that has everything of everything. So you know how certain things have more protein, or something's good for the heart, and all these things. And I'm pretty sure okra is the thing that has a bit of everything for you. So in my opinion, it's the best thing to actually have. Oh, Blue's curled up with a blanket on the couch. Have you got your Wonder Woman gym jams on? Anything else that I wrote down? Oh, this is quite useful. I wrote this down. To determine when they're ripe, watch the silken tassels on the cobs. While the grains grow, they're moist and pale and green. When ripe, they turn dark brown but still remain damp. If they become dry and shriveled, they have been left too long. The sheath of the cob should be dark green and not left to become yellow or faded brown. Test the kernel. Pierce it with a thumbnail and a creamy white milk should come out. If it's watery, it's unripe, and if there's no moisture at all, it's overripe. And these stalks are actually brilliant for composting. You know me, everything gets compost here. Mike needs to keep moving, or I'll be on the compost heap to rot away. So yeah, hope that's helpful. If you think I've said anything wrong of what I've figured out, worked out and heard, please let me know. As I tell you, I love to learn. So I've said we all have different opinions and do things differently. But if you think I've said anything wrong, or I've missed something out, or you think there's another big tip I should do, as I say, mine are about this tall now. I do need to maybe mound them up, earth them up a bit more at the minute. They look all right at the moment, no roots showing, but better to do that. And if anyone can tell me if manure is good for them or not good for them, because obviously down at the stables, I know you have to leave it for, people say 1 year, but 2 years is optimum. I've got some outside that we had ages ago. Do I put that on or do I not put that on? So anyone who can tell me about that, that would be really appreciated too. Blue says, pretty much. I have to admit, though, I haven't found a way. I'm happy to eat it either. Cool. From Girl City, hi there. I couldn't go on Jimmy's today. I've had an absolute traumatic weekend. Wasn't sure if I'd be here for this. I've literally just got in. Not going into details, but there we go. Lou says, no, too much feeling sorry for myself for that. I had to get dressed because the boiler guy had to come to fix it. Been without heating or hot water since Thursday. What's your weather like at the moment? Next section, blast from the past. Blast from the past. So this is anything about old days, or my life was old days, anything in the past. How are you? I'm okay now. I've not been good at all, but look at me. This is why I do this Pea Brain Show. Regardless of what happens, I'm going to be here. Blue, cold and cloudy and rainy. Good grief, I've got the fan on here. By the way, can any of you hear the fan, or is it okay? I tried it out last year on low, but this was over there last year, so the mic's the side of the fan now, whereas before it was the other side. You hear it? Listen. I don't think you can hear it, but let me know if you can hear it. So blast from the past. It's fine, can't hear anything. You've got blocked ears. As long as you can hear me. Oh, that was chaos. I haven't had my laptop all weekend either. All sorts has happened. Illness and everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Hey, life. Beautiful weather here. Strawberries coming on nicely. I'd love to grow soft fruits. That's the one thing. I've got citrus fruits. I've got figs. We did have peach when we first came here, but it was going home. Apricots, they don't last very long. But I want to grow blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, all that kind of thing. But until I'm allowed to go out somewhere, I can't get any. And we've had to spend out on something else at the moment. You can't hear it. Thanks, Tom Girl City. By the way, guys, if any of you don't know each other's channels, do go and have a look. Do go and have a look at them and just support them and say you came from the chat, because that's what I'm here for. I'm going to do a lot more promotion coming up of people that do support me constantly. So, blast from the past. This week, I thought it would be fun to look at some old computer games. Now, this isn't way back. This isn't too vintage. Oh, yeah, grapefruit for breakfast. Lovely. So I thought I would look at this is when they were discs, like CD disc, if you like. And I pulled out ones where there was a craze of having pets on your computer. And this stemmed from the Tamagotchi, the little device you carried around with you on, like, say, your key ring. And I think they were like creatures. You had to keep them alive and feed them and all that. So this stems from that. Ooh, I love games. Well, tell me if any of you ever had any of these sort of pet games, and maybe Tom Girl City could tell me if they're popular now or if you can still get these sort of games. So one I had was a goldfish, and let's see if I can remember. You did things like wipe the glass of the fish tank, because if you didn't go into it and play with it for a while, the front, like your screen, would all gradually get like green, like a not mouldy water, you know what I mean. And it's like the fish couldn't see and you couldn't see the fish, so you'd have to get the cloth and then wipe that out. Obviously you had to feed it. I wonder if it says what else you had to do. Oh, don't remember this bit. He likes to listen to the radio, so obviously there was, I forget all this, you had to press perhaps an icon to play music. He likes to play pond tennis. He likes to watch TV. I don't remember this. This is a sad thing. A lot of these things you can't put in a computer now. So, and a lot of laptops don't actually have, I'm not very good at names of technical things, like the displayer thing that the drawer comes in and out. Have a great day off to sew. My game is quilting. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Never seen those games. No. Your 3D cyberfish will even beat you at underwater noughts and crosses. So that was fun. As I say, not played them for a long time because you can't use them. I was saying this to Mike the other day. It's very annoying that the newer and better, say, laptops, because that's all I have, become, you can't use old stuff on it. Oh, this was a long series, Dogs, and that's Dogs 3. So you could choose your dogs. You could, I remember, take pictures of them. You could dress them up and then take pictures of them. And they'd start off, you chose a puppy. I think you chose a puppy, or they weren't just born. I think you adopted a puppy. I can't remember. I'll see if I can read it in a minute. and you can do things with the dogs. Let's see if this tells you. Care guide. Excuse me, I can't see very well. It's white print. I can't read white print. Should you experience problems? No. Oh, and it's inside. Oh, here we go. Oh, look, these are all the dogs you can have. 10 different breeds. What one would you pick, guys? By the way, you want to go on Tom Girl City and you'll see a very strange pet there. There's a very strange pet. I hope you're doing a video on it now, Tom Girl City, of your pet. It's a real pet, it's a real animal. I'm not going to say what it is because I want Tom Girl City to make a video on it and then you can all go and watch. So what dog would you pick of those if you had to have one? Which one would you have? And I think they all had different personalities. It says some dogs are tall, some are small, some are shy, some not at all. It's up to you to choose your dog breeds and figure out what type of personality your dog has. Click on Pick a Pet at the adoption centre. So there's that. Oh look, this is sweet. I'd love to have a dog again. I had Yorkshire Terriers, but I can't really have a dog here. You love racing games and action games. Is that sorry to be late? Did you mean there, Diane? You're not late. You're here. Absent doesn't come in my vocabulary. Late doesn't. You're here at some point. That's brilliant. Love you being here. We're talking about old computer games and video games. So of this one, your dog will be happy if you give them lots of love and attention, a drink of water, a bowl of food, and perhaps an occasional yummy dog treat. But it's also important to exercise your dog. Your dog can run on the beach or dig in the backyard. Be sure to groom them with the brush for that shiny, healthy looking coat. There's that. Your dog will let you know how they feel when they bark, growl, whimper, or howl. You can train your dog to do tricks by waving a tasty treat or a bone. Reward them when they do tricks for you. If your dog becomes a little rough, you may need to discipline them with a spray bottle. I remember that now. I remember that. You squirted it down, but my finger here. You squirted them to train them. I remember that. Your dog will want to roam around, explore the play scenes. Your dog may dig in the backyard and then scamper to the kitchen to try and pour treats from the kitchen cupboard. Or your dog may dodge and bark at the hermit crab on the beach and then lie and sleep by the family room fireplace. One thing's certain, your dog will love the changes of scenery. Yeah, there was quite a lot in this one. Lots of different places to go. Your dogs have so many toys. Balls, flying discs, bubble machines, I remember that. Boomerangs, beach balls and bones are some of their all-time favourites. Throw the ball and play fetch with your dog. Teach your dog to dance to the grooviest music box songs. Go to the toy closet and fill all your play scenes with fun toys. Dress your dogs up, I remember that, with your clothing and accessories. In the clothes closet, you can drag the clothing on and off your dog with the mouse. Look at him with the sunglasses on. Where can you get those games? These are really old. These were probably from when I was your age. I still have them, but as I say, I can't play them on anything. I have loads. I sold, you probably won't know this, but the very first computer games were on tapes, like cassette tapes. Do you even know that? And you used to put them in the machine and they would take about an hour to load. And while they were loading, you would hear like computery sort of old-fashioned noises. And then just as it nearly finished loading, it would stop and not load and you'd have to start again. That was the very first games. Then they went on to, instead of like reading the code, the sounds, they loaded much quicker, and they were actually, you would buy a small cassette tape with the games on each individual game. Again, you had to load them, but they were quicker. And I had loads of those, and I sold those off. I had about 100 games then, and I sold them off before I came to Cyprus, because I knew it'd be really hot here, and cassette tapes, anything like that, the heat destroys out here. So I got rid of those, but I still have these CD games. Where are we? Let's get those. I'd love that game. What, the dogs? They had all sorts of animals. Was you on Dime when I had the goldfish one I showed you? Where did I put that? Don't know if you were here when I showed the goldfish one. You had to clean the screen if you didn't play with it often enough. The screen would go green. They were such fun when they did load. Yeah, you probably know all those then, Diane. Blue says, my first game on PC, I had to program myself. Yeah, using the manual. Yeah. Which had mistakes in the code, and you had to figure it out. Do you remember? I don't know what one you had. I had an Amstrad 464 was my first one, and the program you could learn with, it made like patterns that moved around. I remember that. Diane, yes, text-based games. Yes, lots of mystery games and solving puzzles, like a detective and that, or like not murder mystery, like mysteries. Where do you want to go next? Left, right, in, out, up, down. Yes. Yeah. So there's more on the dogs. I won't read all the dog things out. So yeah, and you could take screenshots, which I think was a new thing then on games. So you could dress them up and put them somewhere and take take pictures of your pets. So yeah, that one's pretty cool. Oh look, here's some of the dogs. I don't think we saw that one, did we? And then I believe, because there was a cat game and other animals, you could start linking them in. So this really was a modern game. Modern game. So yeah, that's the dog one. Now I've got one more of the pets, because I thought, well, let's get all the pet ones out, so it's a bit of a theme. And this is much more modern. Probably one of the last things I bought of those animal games. Now this is how they came, like on a CD. Talking Max, and it's a parrot, and I can't remember. Sorry, he sits on the screen, and I think you can have him up while you're doing other things, but you teach him to talk. You have like a headset, a head mic. That was before the days of YouTubers using them. YouTube hadn't been invented. Can you believe it? And you could teach it words. It had basic vocabulary, but you could add to it. So you could teach it to speak and say funny things. That was fun. And you could build it up. And then sometimes I believe he would take words you taught it, and then he would make other sentences, and that was pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, Zork games, that rings a bell. Yes, Zork. Yes. I think we must be similar age, Diane. I think. And I think Blue's younger, a bit younger, I think. Okay, let's move on. That was quite fun. Oh, you're 64. You're a little bit older than me. A little bit older. Next section. To do, new to you. So this is somewhere where I have different activities and different things. One week we did magic tricks. I taught you a magic trick. I can't remember what else I've done with this section, but it gives you ideas to do something new. So today I was doing, languages. Did we do languages? You're 47. Yeah, I knew you was a baby. You're more of a baby than I thought you were. 48, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's when you know you're old. I have to count. I have to count from the year I was born and count upwards. You're going to be 25. Oh my gosh, you're older than I thought you was. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I was watching one of your videos today and I thought you're very mature. You're really like, you got your head screwed on right, as they say. Now you're 25. Oh, you're going to be 25. When's your birthday? I don't know when your birthday is. Diane said, my first computer was a Tandy TRS-80 from Radio Shack. I wonder if Mike knows what that is. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to ask Mike if he knows what that is, because he worked in an electrical store at one point. I think that's right. Commodore 64. My older sister got that for her first computer. I didn't get mine till much later, hence why the Amstrad 464, because I got it quite late in life, so to speak. July! Tom Girl City's July! There we go. So, my idea of something new to learn, or maybe you already know it, sign language. Now, I have a little story to tell of this. You may or may not know that sign language is not universal. There's ASL, American Sign Language. There's BSL, British Sign Language. And there are also other adaptations, sometimes even mixing the two. I learned BSL, and the reason how I came to learn it was for work experience. When you're at school, you have to go for a few weeks, and when you're in one of the older years, you have to go, like you're testing out the job. It's child labour, really. Some places you could have a bad experience, and you had to go, the school had to not approve. They didn't actually, they told you could go. It was normally a bank, a nursery school, some sort of secretarial work. There wasn't many choices. It was mostly office-based type things anyway. Nursery school, you could go and help, or I don't think you could even help at a school, but mostly it was office-based. That was sort of bank and sort of secretarial stuff. Well, I knew I didn't want to do either of those, because I used to go and help my father every school holiday. I had to go into work with him from the age of about senior school or high school. So that's age 11 in England. And because my mum didn't want me to go off out and about with friends. So every school holiday, I had to go and work with him. And I knew I did not want to work in an office in any shape or form. So when this work experience came up, I actually said, could I work in a hospital? So they got approval, because I said, well, it's still working with children. I wanted to work at a children's hospital and experience that, because I've always liked to help. I want to help. And I ended up in a hospital in Croydon, which is south of London. And while I was there, they had a child that had, I forget what it's called, when they have the tube in the throat and they can't speak. Get top of my head because I can't recall words. And the child had that, and they were teaching it sign language. And that is how I started to learn sign language, because while the tutor was there teaching the child sign language, I was there learning it at the same time. And I got really interested in it. And now I can't, because I can't use my hands very well. I'm no good now, but I was pretty good at it. And I learned from there. And the only downside, I would say, I think, yeah, thanks, Diane. Thank you. I just can't recall some words at the top of my head. It annoys me when I know them. Thank you so much, Diane. And the thing that does annoy me about sign language is, you may well have heard of Makaton, which is, it's not sign language as in anything from the actual sign language. They call it nursery sign language. And I worked in a school at one point where it was before all how you have to involve everyone these days, and you have to make arrangements for disabled people and all that. Before all that was a thing, and they said, as that was just being talked about, that kind of thing, they said, well, let's, as we teach children nursery rhymes and little songs, we will teach them sign language. So I was like, great, I can teach them that. And I started to do it, and they went, oh, no, it's like this. And I was like, this isn't right. And this was my first seeing of Makaton. And I said, well, what's that? And they said, oh, it's Makaton, it's sign language. I said, well, surely if you're trying to teach them, why don't you teach them proper sign language? There's not a lot of point teaching them Makaton, teaching proper sign language. So they went, well, if you want to do that. So I did. I mean, you can't say, well, it's easier for children Makaton. It's pointless. So this is no harder. It's no harder. So that's my story. Want to learn sign language? Yeah, you need ASL, American Sign Language. This is no good to you unless you're going to work with the Brit. They're not the same. It's as similar as Cypriot and Greek. There are some similarities, but some things in one sign that means something here, you do an American Sign Language, that means another word. So be careful. Make sure you learn the right one. I've got tons of books on this. I mean, this is it's very simple to follow. I think this book I actually had taken out from a library, and I thought it was so good that I actually ordered the book. Let's see, £9.99, £9.99, which in its day was actually quite expensive for a finished book, but because obviously if you need it, you need it, so it costs more. Makaton is used a lot by non-verbal disabled people a lot. Yeah, but they can't communicate with people that have learnt proper sign language, which is why I'm quite against it, because it's not harder to do sign language. Even if you've only got one hand, you can still do sign language. So that's my thoughts on that. Signs of Scorpio. I don't know when Scorpio is. I don't know when Scorpio is. I'm a Sagittarius because I'm December. Tom Girls are Cancer. Don't know when that is. Oh, it's July. It covers July, but they're not monthly, are they? They kind of go over 2 months. Tom Girls City's half German, half Irish, and half Indian. Wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I'm learning lots of new things about people here today. I'm a Capricorn. Now, I believe you're not far before me then, your birthday, because I had a friend who was a Capricorn, or are you just after? I think Capricorn's around me somewhere, I think. Well, I do a section where I call it Coffee Break, What to Watch. And I'm going to have to give you the one I was going to tell you last week, but for some reason I didn't pull this up. So if you look under last week's live, you'll see it's the same URL to go to, but I didn't mention it because I forgot to pull this card out. I found it on the floor last week after I'd finished. And this is a section where I just give you, if you're having a coffee break or tea break or any other type of beverage break, and you just want to watch something, sit down for 5 minutes, put your feet up, don't want to watch something, you just want something to chill out and relax, and I find videos for you to watch. Fun ones, nothing out there. So I've actually found another video today I wanted to share, but as I say, because this one was in the description below, this is the one I'm doing this week, but watch out for next week. There's a really good one, made me laugh. Anyway, today's one, as I say, the link's below, and I've titled it something about what's watching coffee break, and then credited the channel and the URL link. And it's one of those funny animal type videos and they call it something about pets talking or something like this. And stick it out. There's a few in there you're like, but there's some really funny ones as well. So look in the description below, and near the bottom you'll see what to watch in coffee break and a link to that, because there's some funny animal ones out there. Tom Girl City doesn't like coffee. I don't like tea. Just after, Blue saying just after Capricorn is Tom Girl City loves tea. We have tea here, Tom Girl City, so when you eventually come to Cyprus one day, we do have tea for guests, but we don't drink it, so I'll save you a tea bag. So you better be coming one day. You're very welcome to come and stay one time. So let's move on to the next section. Knacks, hacks, facts and stats. This is practicing my speech therapy. Knacks, hacks, facts and stats. Oh, that was hard. I hold the circles up because I have to close my eyes and focus. So this could be any tips, tricks, facts, anything to help you get along. And today I thought, you know, Dawn loves her desserts and cakes and all sorts. So I thought I'd do some tips and ideas for desserts, simple sauces and things that you can use easily for dessert toppings, let's call them. Dessert toppings. So I have 4 for you. My first one, add a sliced banana to the white of an egg and beat until stiff. Not your stiff, until the egg white is stiff, okay? The banana will disappear and you'll have a lovely change from whipped cream. So that's a good one. Second one, whip up an egg white, gradually add a little syrup, stirring until the mixture is thick and creamy. Delicious, served with fruit. Number 3, I like this one. Unfortunately, I don't have peppermint creams to try it, but you'll need peppermint creams. Gently melt a few peppermint creams and pour over vanilla ice cream. Doesn't that sound lovely? That sounds lovely. Now, if you have, I don't know if you all know what after eights are. Diane, before you were talking about something about mint thins or something like that. That's what we call after eights. If you have those, so chocolate covered mints, if you melted that, then you'd have like mint chip chop, wouldn't you, over vanilla ice cream? Because you'd have the mint and the chocolate melted. I wouldn't like to wash out the saucepan afterwards, mind you. Blue says teas. I got no sense of taste or smell. I really wanted a donut waffle, but no point. Oh, from Girl City. I don't like hot dogs. Oh, I love those. We're not very compatible with our food and drinks. And I don't like, is that bolognese? And I don't like mustard and mayonnaise. Oh dear, we don't match. What do you like? What do you like to eat best of all? If you could only eat one thing, everybody, for the rest of your life, you can only eat one thing. You can have drink, but you can only eat one item for the rest of your life. Don't worry about the calories, but any one thing. What one thing? I know what I'd have. Proper English fat chips. We don't really get those here. It's about the only thing I really miss. That and walking on the proper piers, the fairground piers and slot machines, you know, day out, seaside, all that. Oh, thanks, Blue. It's bologna. Bologna. I've heard of that. It's like pork, luncheon meat. Oh, right. Okay. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Oh, Tom Girl City. I don't like tuna. I do. And I don't like fish. I don't like the way out here they eat all the fish, as in head, bones, the lot. I did a fish meze out here because they're big on mezes. And they do a meat meze. That's for me. I love meat. I'm not over keen on pork particularly. Or what's the other one? I don't like that kind of ham, that sort of meat. What I call it's not white meat. I know that's chicken, but I call it light meat. If I ate only one thing, it would be pepperoni pizza. I'm with you on pizza, but not the pepperoni. So we did a meat meze, like nearly all of that. And then we, just because we had to, we did one day a fish meze. And some of the fish are like sprats. I don't know if you'll know what sprats are, but smaller than sardines, like little red fish. And I was like, oh, I can't stand deboning things, that kind of thing. And I was like, I can't be bothered with all these little bones. And like, no, you just eat the whole thing. I was like, no, no. Ah, Tom Girl City loves ketchup. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that. I love ketchup. What was I going to say about that? Something about the meze. Gone. So number 4, dessert toppings. Make a quick sweet sauce topping by cutting up a bar of fudge and melting it with 1 tablespoon, 20 mils, of hot water. Add some chopped nuts, I'm not fond of nuts in things, and glacé cherries. Serve with ice cream and desserts. Not to kill on that one, I like the fudge idea. I've just watched a video on the autistic tourist. Autistic, beg my pardon, the astute tourist. This is what it's like living with me. I said completely the wrong words. Do beg my pardon, Jimmy, if you watch this back. The astute tourist. Just watched one of his videos, and he was going around. I think it's near his home, New Hampshire, and he was going around a shop. It's maybe Diane will know it. It's called Zeb's General Store. I'm guessing it's definitely Zeb's. Apparently, it's quite a touristy type place you have to go. And he shows they do. I love maple syrup. You can't get it here. I love maple syrup. I love butterscotch sauce as well. And Diane, don't you be talking about your butterscotch coffee. And he was showing that they sell like chocolate and it's like maple syrup. I was like, oh, I'd love to try that. That is, and one was like the shape like a maple leaf, because obviously, and it was quite a decent size, sort of that sort of size, but as a maple leaf. And he said it was $4 something. Well, it can't be bad when proper maple syrup isn't cheap, is it? Tom Girl City loves ice cream. What flavour's your best? My favourite flavour ice cream is maybe mint chocolate chip. And I've told you a story before where in England, if you're looking for different ice creams, they have obviously pink for strawberry and yellow for banana, that kind of thing. And out here, I picked up the green one. Oh, it was pistachio. Green out here means pistachio on the label, not mint. Oh, Tom Girl City doesn't like mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Oh no. By the way, Tom Girl City's got a video asking you, I forget how many questions, it's here somewhere because I'm going to do it. I think it was 10 questions, and they're different questions. And if you make a video on it and send it or send the link, I think, to Tom Girl City, she might give you a shout out. So yeah, go on there, answer the questions. I'm going to do it. I'll probably put it on my other channel because I've got so much going on this channel. So yeah, go on Tom Girl City and look at the video. I think it's called that, isn't it? Something about answering questions or question challenge, something like that. But yeah, we'll have a go at that. Yes, I will. Okay, moving on to the next section. You guys making me feel a whole lot better. So we call this section pastimes, 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 pastimes. And I thought today, I got inspired actually by Tom Girl City. I was watching one of the chats on there, and you was talking about games, and you were saying about how people hold hands in a circle. I think it was a party game you were talking about, holding hands in a circle, and I think it was the person has to try and push their way through or something. And that reminded me, in England, tell me if it's elsewhere, we had a game called British Bulldog 1, 2, 3, and there's different versions, but the way that they played it in my middle school, we used to call it junior school in the days I went there. You had infant school, junior school, senior school, that's it. And when we went to junior school, there was all sorts of rough games, and the way they played it was the boys would hold hands in a line, and they'd rush at you, and you had to be the other side of the playground and shout something like British Bulldog 1, 2, 3 and run. All the girls would run and try and get through the barrier of the boys coming toward you, holding hands in a line, and you couldn't stop or turn around or change direction. And you had to run through their arms. You could try and duck underneath, which the girls were quite good at doing that because the boys aren't quick at bending. So that was the only way we could get through. Oh, there were some injuries in that game. They were rough. I don't know who decided boys would do that. And if you didn't get through, then you joined this long line and held hands with the boys at each end, and the girls who got through would then be the other side of the playground. The boys' line would turn around, and then it would happen again, total carnage, until either one girl won, or there were so many accidents and injuries, the teacher would come out and put a stop to it. Red Rover. Now we had a game called that. That's the circle one or something? Red Rover, send, and the name. That's it. You said that. Yes, Red Rover, send someone, the person's name right over. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how these games are all similar and they change, and really interesting. Yes. Yes. So anyone got party games? I've spoken before about the really freaky party games that we used to play when we were older, and yeah, maybe I'll go through those another time again. But there was some really good games, and you'd come in the room one at a time, and no one could see what was happening. You had to wait outside, and you'd hear inside screams and shouts and all that from the person playing the game, and everyone be petrified outside. And then the next one would come in and have to play the game, do whatever. And there were so many of those at my parties. My parties were good. Playground games, we had one. The boys and girls, apart from that game I've just said, the boys and girls didn't play together. The girls played games and the boys normally football or something. And the girls had a little area near, there was an archway, because the toilets were outside in my day. They were indoors, but you had to go, you had the school building, then you had an archway covered. It wasn't very long, it's just like a little arch. And then you're going to the brick built bit joined on. The girls were one end, and right up the other end of the building was an archway and the boys' toilets. And near this area there was like obviously all the little drain covers and drain pipes and things like that. So the girls would all stand on one of those. There wasn't many girls in my year. There was 8, 10 maximum, and we'd all stand on one of these, and one person wouldn't be on it, and then that person would shout buzz, because the game was called Buzz, and everyone had to jump and change, and it was tag if they got them. Musical chairs. I used to love musical chairs. And it's also I used to run disco parties with a friend that was a DJ, and I used to do all the games and that. And we sort of took games and put spins on them. So if it was an adult party, like say a Christmas party or something, we'd do musical chairs. But as you went round, a girl had to sit on a boy, and we'd do that, and they had to walk opposite ways round, so you couldn't just walk with someone. Yeah, that was quite good fun. Obviously, they'd fall off because they had too much to drink, and then I think another version we did of musical chairs was everyone walked round, and there would be far less chairs than people, not just like one missing. There'd be far less, and you all had to sit on any chair. And because there wasn't enough, you could then pile up, all sit on a chair or different chairs. And the very last bit of the game was there was one chair and everyone obviously sat piled up on it, but the person that the like on the last to sit on the pile was out. We did it that way as well. So yeah, you go round and sit and pile on the chair. But so you couldn't cheat, go round and round the chair. We'd have chairs like left in a line, but they could only sit on this particular chair, so they had to go round all the time. Yeah, musical chairs was pretty cool. Musical bumps where music stops, you sit on the floor. That's quite good fun. What other games? Oh, as I say, this buzz, yeah, tag. Another tag game we used to call stick in the mud or stuck in the mud, and just run round and tag someone. If you tagged them, then you stood with your feet apart and your arms out, and you couldn't move. Someone could rescue you that was free by going through your legs, then you were free. Lots of tag games. Can't really think. Oh, obviously my age, we'd do two balls. Does everyone know two balls? You had two like tennis balls, and you throw them against the wall. Two balls, and then you do throw one under your leg while you do it. It's like juggling against the wall, if you like. Throw them against the wall under your leg, and then turn and catch them. But you had to keep the balls going, like juggling, but bouncing off the wall. We played that a lot, different two balls games, and I got really good and could do three balls. I know you like basketball. We've spoken of this, basketball and dodgeball. I don't think that ever really came to England in my day, but yeah, dodgeball looks quite lethal as well. That's fun. That could be fun. I like the look of that. And the other thing we played a lot was it was called French skipping. It wasn't double Dutch with the two skipping ropes. It was elastic. Blue must know this. A really long bit of elastic that was tied together, so it's one big loop. And then you'd have a person stand this end with it round their ankles, and the person this end quite a distance apart. And then you had to do, if you were the person having the go, it's hard to show you. You would do like jump side in, so you've got one bit of elastic through your leg, then jump in, then jump so you're over the other side of the elastic and jump out. That's the simple version. And then they do kneesy. So these two people would then bring it up to their knees, and then you do all that again. And then thighsy up to the top of the thighs. So you do side, jump in, jump other side, jump out. And then you go wasty. Why are all the games so dangerous? And then the person jumping would have to do that side, in, side, out. And then you do nexy, and the two side people would then have it round their neck and all this. But there wasn't just side in, side out. There was also, if you know cat's cradle that you do with a bit of wool and do that. Imagine cat's cradle doing it with your feet with this bit of elastic that's around these two people's ankles. So you used to catch one bit with your foot and take it over. Oh, sorry. And then catch the opposite side, bring it over with your foot and jump out. So the elastic's gone ping back to its place. Then you do like catch one bit again over the opposite side cross, and then that side cross there, and then jump, it pings, and you have to jump in. And then you did ones like that where you land on one bit of elastic and one bit. There is complex. Oh dear. I have to do a video on that somehow. And I used to try and play at home. And my mum had like a high bar stool. and then she had a low bar stool. So I used to try and put the elastic around that to practice at home. But you can imagine, as you like try and catch the elastic, the bar stools go. So there was some home accidents as well. I remember that. We used to call it elastics. Yeah, French skipping was the what it was originally called. Don't know why. Don't know where it came from, but that was probably my favourite thing. And then, of course, you had your toys you bought in, like your clackers, that they actually took off the market. They said a lot of them were actually splitting and throwing the innards everywhere. Well, that was only the cheap markety ones. It wasn't the really good quality ones, but they banned them. And then we got to the era of things started being banned. Couldn't play with conkers anymore, and all that grief, all that grief. Yeah, I wonder if I could do French skipping. How I'd figure that out. I've got trees here. I have to put elastic round trees. I have to find some big elastic first. Oh dear. But yeah, I think someone invented that who produced elastic and they won't be marketing sales. Okay, let's move on. So the next section I'm doing today is called Let's Look at a Book I Took from My Book Nook. I've got an interesting one today, and there's so much content in it that I think I might do little segments on this, whether I do it on my other channel and just focus on a segment. I might do that, but I'll show you it. I've had this years. Who are you? Now, this is when I started basic psychology. And there's simple things at the beginning, such as star signs. So I found the page for Sagittarius. Funny, we were talking about star signs, is it not? So I thought I'd read a little bit of Sagittarius, what sort of person you are, because that's me. So see if you agree. Sagittarius is very lively and breezy sign. You hide your sadness and laugh instead. You can see the whole world in a seed. Don't you think that's funny? A seed. And positives of being a Sagittarian: you're very straightforward, you're very optimistic, you're just and honest, you're enthusiastic, you're stimulating, and this is spooky, you're disalarmingly happy. Ooh, that does worry me sometimes. So that's there's bits about star signs and that kind of thing, just basically finding out who you are. There's testing here, such as how optimistic and wise you are. This is what I say. Some of these sections I might just do a video on my other channel, and you can take the test. How to find your best companion in life. Oh, there's lots of physical tests. Then there's things like your genetics, how you got your hair colour, that kind of thing, your eyes, how you can trace that. How did you become the shape you are? Too many cakes. Oh, thanks, Tom Girl City. Tom Girl City say I used to be in the track team where I went to school. I like javelin. I didn't do any running things. I don't do running. Oh, again, we don't match. Hurdling was okay, because obviously being a dancer, hurdling was okay. Long jump. I didn't mind long jump. Yeah, so how did you get your shape? There's all tests. How do you feel? So about feelings and emotions you have. There's a bit about like your hands, how you can tell like your heart line and things like that. All about that. I'm just flicking. Working out how long potentially you'll live for. That's interesting. Hi Anne, how are you feeling? I didn't get on any channels today. I've had trauma. I've had trauma. I've missed all my French channels today. So I wasn't on Sherry's. Are you in good humour? So about your humour, if you're introverted, unstable, they know me, extroverted, all different things on that. Are you a left brain or a right brain person? I made Mike do that earlier. he's left brain. There was only 2 things he wasn't that was left brain. Much better, thank you. Lou used to collect the rubber bands the postman left on the ground, tie them together to make ours. I used to have to give them to the boys, and the boys would make bouncy balls, and who could make the biggest bouncy ball? About the shape of your face. There's a lot about this. How you can tell about that. Tom Girl City loves planets. I like pictures of planets. I like when you see, I've painted pictures of planets actually. I'll show you that one day. So all different shapes of faces and what it means and that. So as I say, I think I will do some of this. Your revealed self. Now this is what I do. I'm qualified in this. All different types of what do you call it? Body language. Body language. And they've got some fun things here that they actually have got a person in a position and what they're saying, and then is it a lie or is it not a lie, or do they mean it, is it meaningful, that kind of thing. So I mean, some are quite obvious, but there's one here. It's all different body languages. As I say, there's little tests and quizzes on all this kind of thing as well. This is a good example. See, like this man drinking the wine here. Can you see him? By my fingers up the top. Look at him drinking his wine. He's at an art exhibition and he says, "My dear, I adore your paintings." Is Montague honest? No, of course he isn't. He's closing his eyes to them. So if anyone says something to you, close your eyes in that manner. Because closing your eyes can also be your thinking. So you have to learn differences. You can't just go, "Oh, you're doing that, it means that." I love you, love to learn. Yeah. And diverse. I'm all over the place. And I keep saying, if everyone's got another idea of something for me to learn, I'm particularly interested in this sort of thing. But anything obscure, even handshakes, different ways people shake hands can mean a lot, which you probably know. From which side does your body speak? Observe yourself in action. When you fold your arms, which arm do you put on top? Which hand do you use to scratch the middle of your back if it itches? Tilt your head sideways without moving your shoulders. Which shoulder is your head closer to you? When you clasp your hands together, which thumb is on top? So you do all this, answer all this, and it's got like a little graph of these things. You put it all down, and then it gives you results and tells you things. I love things like this. Handshakes are important to you. I don't really think young people would even know how to do a proper handshake or which hand to use. What can your handwriting tell you? So that's interesting. Where you write on the page, how you write. That's what I say. If you're interested in this, I might focus on one of them and put the test up there so you can do all these things. As I say, I love this book. It's so diverse. That's all more about handwriting. What does your signature reveal? I know about that. Again, extrovert or introvert. I've actually qualified also in drawing, psychology through drawing. And first of all, I did it for bereaved children and traumatized children. So you get them to draw. They draw, obviously. So that's how I know about the drawings. And as I've said before, I can tell you to draw something specific. And from that, I can see your mentality to your past, present, and future. Oh, you're buffering. Oh, buffering. Buffering. Oh, I wasn't buffering then. just messing. You also love to sleep, yeah, but not the right hours, eh, Tom Girl City? Oh, your name's Tara. Now I know. I was looking through your videos to try and see what name you go by, and I wasn't sure. Ah, I love learning about new people. Oh yeah, see again, this is about drawing, how you draw things. If you're interested in that, I can tell you what to draw and send it to me, and I'll tell you things if you want to know, private. And then this, your unconscious images, what you see in things. We all know that one. That was probably the first modern psychological test. Now, I'm definitely going to do this one in a video. How observant are you? So you look at the picture for a certain amount of time, and then there's questions. I love that sort of thing. Oh, that was a party game. My mum used to put, you probably all played this one, put a tray out with loads of things on, about 25, 30 things on. You look at it for a certain amount of time, then she covers it over, and you have to say what you thought was there. And another version is one thing gets taken away, and that's a bonus as well. What thing was also taken away? Now, like this drawing here, because I did psychology, there's questions here, but I also have questions advanced. So if you, oh yeah, that was there was this, that. I also worked out some advanced questions on it as well. So that's fun. Oh, I like these as well, optical illusions. I'm very into those. I love optical illusions. I think they're fab. Ah, Tom Girl City, natural hair colours, blonde. I liked your red when you had your red. I like the red. About your dreams. About your dreams. As I say, so much in here. Your social self. There's another sort of quizzy type thing. Did any of you used to see magazines where they used to have like a little fun quiz? I love things like that. Yeah, more about you. Who makes your decisions in life? That's quite a fun one. That might be appropriate to do. How satisfied are you with ambitions, etc.? How skilled are you? So it's another sort of test, and you fill in the charts. How does your mind work? That's quite interesting. Well, I can't now, but I was never into number puzzles. Word puzzles, yeah, quite like that. I'm more into visual stuff anyway now, so yeah, different things there. Are you under stress? I think we could all answer that without doing a quiz. And as I say, there's so many things in here, so many things. So yeah, I think I should do something on those for you to actually do the test there. And the section you're all here for, Monday Fun Day. It's the jokes, quotes, puns and fun. Mike's crying, can you hear him? I was saying on my last live where I was doing the jokes on Wednesday, because I do Monday and Wednesday, for any of you who don't know, same time, Monday and Wednesday, but Wednesday's a bit more of a chat, though I feel we've had a good chat today. I was doing the jokes. I said, that's what it's really like here all the time. And Mike's like, yes, I know. Monday Fun Day, yay. That's why I had to do it on Mondays, not Thursdays. Okay. So, jokies. Okay, first one. It's hot here. I've got the fan on. I'm sweating. A woman gets on a bus with her baby. The driver says, "Ooh, that's the ugliest baby I've ever seen." The woman goes and sits at the very back of the bus, fuming. The guy next to her says, "What's wrong?" And she says, "Well, the bus driver just really insulted me." He tells her, "Just go and have it out with him. And while you do, I'll look after your monkey." How rude. How rude, says Blue. How rude. Okay, next joke. Well, anyone who was here when the vineyard chicks or vineyard, depending on where you're from, were here, we just have so much chat on their channel, and they were really enjoying the jokes. I said, right, I've got to do 3 more, 1 more for each of the girls. They're darlings. Still go and check out their channel, Vineyard Chicks. They're really sweet. I just love young people that get on with life and do something with it and don't waste their life doing nothing. It doesn't matter what you do, but do something with your life. Because of my condition, I try not to waste a moment. So that's why I like them so much. Okay. He broke her heart. She broke into his flat and stole his 3D TV. She stole it. I think we know who was more heartbroken. Vineyard chicks are precious. Yeah, I said to them, I know you can't have favourites, but darling little Bunky. I was on Bunky's channel before I was on their main channel, so I keep saying you've got her to thank for that. Hey, Della's in the house. Hello, Della. Don't go on Della's channel, folks. She doesn't have one. I'm dying for you to have a channel, Della. I really am. She's been one of my longest supporters, I believe. Pretty sure. I'm going to have to look. I kept a list of names of my first 1,000. Sounds a bit sad, but I want to do something for whoever. When I get to a certain number, I want to do something sort of commemorating the top so many people that are still with me. So I always say, if you just watch or your subscriber, because it doesn't tell you when people go. They tell you how many go, but not who. So if you feel you've been on my channel for quite some time, do drop me a message so I know you're still there. But I'm going to look up Della when you subscribed, because you was in my first 1,000, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm gonna check you out, Della. See when you came. Okay, 4 more jokes. No, not before. I've got another page. Oh yeah. Okay. So 4 short ones and then something else. The problem with internet quotes is that they are not entirely accurate, said Abraham Lincoln. I love that because that is so true. So true. But it was on Wikipedia, it was on Facebook, it was on TikTok. Oh, does my head in. Have I told you the story of where my village is classed as an abandoned village? It was like abandoned. And I've fairly recently saw, I believe it was on Wikipedia or another similar site, and it said, it was saying abandoned villages about them, and it said no one lives here. Okay, you don't know. There's only 6 people, and that's 2 is me and Mike. So there's only 4 other people lives in there. Hi Tom. There's only like 4 other people live here. So fine, you might not know that. So I went on the site, changed it, and I just put, oh, it said no one lives there now, no one ever has. Well, it was a village, and it was a very big village at one point. You'll see my walks, how it's all crumbled stone houses. And so I just put, it is now. I'm one of the 6 people who live here. The 2 of those are me and my husband. We've lived here for however long, and just a little bit. Gone there a few days later, it's been wiped out. No one lives here. No one ever has. So that's why you can't believe things. So I don't live anywhere. Okay. Next one. 80% of statistics are made up. Do you get it? Tom says, well, when Ben Franklin flew his kite, it knocked out my internet. I love it. I love that. Oh, Tom, that is so funny. I absolutely love it. That is great. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, best thing I've heard for a long time. That's bad. Okay, irony. Someone dying in a living room, choking on a lifesaver lozenge. Irony. That's a good one. I like that. I like things like this. Anything that makes you smile. When you shout, quick, act natural. Everyone strikes the most unnatural poses and acts suspicious. Oh dear. Oh my gosh, says Anne. I can imagine Anne saying that. Do go check out Anne's channel, The Land of Plenty. And thanks for modding for me, Anne. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're quicker than my eyes today. Look, all those happy faces there. Okay, one more of these. I call this the lost pen. Lost your pen, you have no pen. No pen, no notes. No notes, no studying. No studying, fail. Fail, no diploma. No diploma, no work. I'll just be a YouTuber. No work, no money. No money, no food. No food, skinny. Skinny. Ugly. Ugly, no love. No love, no kids. No kids, alone. Alone, depression. Depression, sickness. Sickness, death. Therefore, the moral is, do not lose your pen. Did you think I was getting serious there for a minute? Oh dear, that's funny. That's funny. Oh dear, who takes time to make up these things? Oh man, I need to get some extra pens, says Anne. Oh, but do they work? Wow, says Blue. Wow. Ooh, cuckoo. Okay. So we have one more section for today, and then I have a little sneak peek for those of you that are stuck out till the end. Little sneak peek. Tom Girl City might have seen it. Was you there when I went on Jimmy's channel live? Yes, you was, because I was upset I couldn't read the comments then. Yes, so Tom Girl's way ahead of you all. And get my pencils out. Yeah, do some colouring in, Blue, eh? That was a good one. Cool. So my last actual section before I give you a little sneak peek of something that's coming up is arts and craft part. Now this was for painting with squirrels. She's been doing some mountain painting pictures. I'm no artist, but I was telling her about how when I went to my, should we call it, don't want to say disabled club, but I did call it something better the other day. Anyway, when I went there, I said that you did have, I should be all right saying what things because I am that person. It was a club where you went once a week and it gave your carers a break, basically. And you had people came in, did massage, taught you things. I showed before that I made this there. There, so crafts, and there was a professional painter that came in and helped you paint because obviously we're not painters. So I was talking with painting with squirrels and saying about, oh, I did mountain pictures and that, and talked about this painter. And I said how he taught me how to do rocks and like with the wash on the rocks. So I did say I would show them in my next live. And I've got 3. So we're really looking at the wash on the rocks. But if you know me, you know I love sunsets. So he taught me how to get the effect of that. Not bad for a complete novice. That's one. Ignore the perspectives all out, but we try. That's another one. So he was really teaching me water and how to make the rocks look a bit more realistic and things. So 2. And the third one, as I say, the rocks are the okay bit, the rest, my level of painting on my head. But let's focus in on the rocks. That one's not as good, is it? So that might have been the first one. Might have had a go at that one. So let's say, I don't know, which one did you think was better? I think one of the other 2 for the rocks. They look more rocky, don't they? That's how you want your rocks to be when you paint them. They've got to look rocky, but not Sylvester Stallone like that one. I'm not sure which one of the 2 rocks are better, actually. I think they're different, aren't they? They're different. So that's that. Let's see. Great job doing. How fun. I've still got paint, so I want to get into drawing, really. I want to sit outside one day. Now it's hot summer. I might sit on the patio and just draw something again. I've got some half-finished drawings. I might share a few of these every now and then. So that. Okay, so little sneak peek. If you've been following my saga of being monetarized, you have to go back, so I'm not repeat it again. But I finally got some sort of payout to shut me up. And as I said, there should have been, I hadn't got any money, and there were 3 months to pay back pay. And in Cyprus, you have to get 70 euros to be paid, not the 100 euros that is $100 that is in America. And I had 73 or something, 79, something like that. I had 30 euros of multiple 2 super chats, and I had 60 something before this month was up, so I could have got over that breach of 70. Add all that together, and all they gave me is just over 60 euros, which the most they can take is 30% in total. So I've sent them email, nothing. It's almost like be grateful for what you've got. Now, I wanted to buy, everyone buys cameras and equipment and all that kind of thing with their payment. I'm not doing that. I'm going to suffer with my old laptop, my old video camera, which I had fun with. Have you seen that one recently? Where one before last posted, because I posted one today, and it said something about filming wildlife. You got to watch it. It's funny. I made joke out of using my big camera. I will get on with those because they're usable. And I don't like throwing things away or upgrading if things work. So I'm going to use the money to help my life and help you, because what I bought will help me make more recipes, which then I can put on the channel. You saw it. That bit with the bird mask. when I played it back and edited it, I was like, oh, that's quite creepy. I had to wait an hour for a bird to come, I tell you. So my first money, luckily, I thought I had all those payouts coming. And as I say, the multiple of all those 3 months plus the 2 super chats, I only got €60 of 79, 73, 60 something, which would have been another 70 and €30 super chat. So what I bought was originally, I think, €79. So lucky it was in a sale because I would have been out of pocket and in debt if I bought it, but I needed it. I'm going to do a video on this, and there is going to be funny ending. There's something you'll think's a funny ending, but it's something went wrong. That isn't the funny ending. But I've included that in to be real. Something went a bit wrong. And then I've got a funny ending, which I haven't quite finished taking the pictures for. So I've got to take some pictures. But what I bought myself, it was reduced from 79 to, I think, 39. So thank God for that, because I've actually got the money for it. Look what I've got. No more chopping up with my poor hands. It's Black & Decker for those who are interested. It's not sponsored. And this is what I've got myself. Oh, it really has helped me huge. So if I do get any more money, this is the sort of thing I'm going to use it for. The next lot I wanted to, and I was hoping that I was going to get enough to get that freezer. I've got a fridge freezer, but as you all probably know, a freezer isn't really big enough for all this saving food, prepping and saving food. It's just for every day. So I was going to get, but I now haven't got the payouts, like a chest freezer, but a tall one. So it's square. I've got the place for it to fit. When I was going to get it, it was supposedly €130 when I was looking at it last year, like thinking, well, if I ever get paid out, I'll get that. It's now, I think, 173, something like that, in the sale. So goodness, that's gone up in price. But I will. Kathy gave me a donation some time ago for the freezer, so I've still got a little bit of money towards that. And if I get another payout, then I've got all this extra food I've grown now. I've got the prepper. I've just got nowhere to put it. It's all squeezed in the other freezer now, but Mike's like, sorry, darling, we can't buy you any ice cream for special treat for the summer. There's no room. And I've chopped everything really down small and squashed the bags. I've just put them in bags. Oh dear. So first lot of produce I'm okay on. If I get any more, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have to buy it on the credit card and take a deep breath, really. But yeah, this is what I'm going to spend. Oh, they might have just given me a one-time payout to shut me up. Who knows? But if I do get any more, the freezer is the next thing. As I say, it's like a chest freezer, but it's tall. I keep saying upright. That's not right. The door's on the top. So I've got the actual one I want, and that will be the next thing. So I think I'm going to be a bit of a different YouTuber. I'm not going to put it towards the camera and microphone and all the things a lot of YouTubers buy. If any of you are monetized or you watch this back later, tell me if you got paid for anything, what you got first with it. And I'm going to use it to future-proof my life, let's call it that. Still can't find anything to read your stuff to you. What's that guy? He was on your channel, blind something. He's the one who knows. Go back to him. He's commented on your channel before, Tom City Girl, because he uses something. So have a look there. Yeah. So as I say, I'm making a video on this, but do stick it out to the end. I'm showing you how I was prepping food using that. Something that went wrong using that, and it's not that the food all spurted out. The actual thing is very good. Something else occurred filming, and then a funny ending. So I'm going to try and put some funny bits in. Apart from being monetarised, it won't happen for ages, I don't think. Well, at least you'll get paid out. This is the trouble. You know, I've fought for even to get Cyprus recognised to be monetarised. So I'm not giving up. You've got some hours to go. Hours wasn't a problem with me. And I never did lives before I was monetarised. So a lot of people do lives to build up their hours. That wasn't an issue. It was just actually getting them to recognise that I was monetarised. I think I was lucky. I've got 3 channels of my own. Mike's got another channel. And on all 3 of my channels, I had views of over 1K, 2K on at least one video on each of those channels. So that built that up. If you've got other channels, I don't think you have, Anne, but if anyone, Blue, you have, you must have put all of them in, the names of all the channels in, when you go for AdSense. You can't add a channel later on to it. So if you haven't done that bit yet, like registered towards that for when you get there, let me warn you, put all 3 channels up. Then if another one does become monetarised, you get the payment. You can't then go, oh, I've got another channel. You can't add to it, and you can't claim on a 2nd or 3rd channel unless it's already linked. So luckily mine are all linked, but the other 2 are, like you guys say, far from that. And last week, is it last week or the week before? My other channel, oh, it must have been the week before, because I go back in, and obviously when you post the next one, you see your channel come up, and it's the one where it says goats, ducks, horses, whatever it said. It was like all the animals that were in the thing. That got 4.4K within a few days. And I was saying to a friend of mine, isn't it funny how the videos maybe you work on more and make something? This was just filming the animals down at these stables where we go and help out. So that was pretty weird. Ah, okay, Junkie, I see someone saying hello. Have I missed you coming in? Yes, there you are up there. I love you for missed doing all your followers. Oh, bless you. I haven't seen you for ages. I was thinking today, my weekends be a complete nightmare in many ways. And I had down a list of people I haven't been on for a while, must go on them. Someone else popped in. I just saw a name, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. Hi there. How are you? Oh, Anne, you're doing a great job there. She's a great moderator. Oh, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla saying hi to you, Mike. Hello. He said hello. He's making tea. They're having rolls. What's in the rolls? Cheese, probably. Vomit. Blue says, yep, worked my butt off. Some videos, and yet the cat's screaming at me. It's animals. Who'd have thought, you know? Goats, I'm quite lucky. Goats seem to strike a chord. Goats really seem to help. Let me just run up the chat a bit, because I think I've missed some things, because I saw someone saying hello to Ted. Let me just see. Oh, that's about the pictures. Oh, hold on, I haven't read that one. Go get your pencils out. I've got that. That was a good one. Cool, very nice. Love it. The water looks awesome. I want my swimming pool back. You all know why I can't use my swimming pool. Those pesky toads and frogs, they're a bit bigger now. They're still small. They're probably like this, but I need to figure out something else I can fill with water and put them in. Now, we've got a great big old, if you've seen on my patio in my videos, it's like a big old stone sink. Now that's deep enough and fine, because the problem is as well, I can't have anything too shallow because it's so hot here now, it evaporates the water. So I thought, well, that's good. I'll have to top it up every day, but that's okay. But it's high off the ground. So then I've got to make a ramp up and a ramp down, and I've got to find something I can put them in, something I've already got. So I think that's my mission for tomorrow. Can you see me sweating? That's how hot it is with the fan on. Water looks awesome, gorgeous sun. Great job, Dawn. How fun. This is my pictures. Wow. Yes, saw wildlife filming. Yeah. I was just saying, if you're just come in, You've got to watch my video, I think 2 back, filming wildlife. It's funny. I made it a joke. It's big fun. Your costumes were so creative and made me smile. Yes, that crow thing, or is it crow? Yeah, I think it was a crow, or not a rook, maybe a rook. That is creepy. I got up a tree. Food processor. People see that random comment and go, food processor. What was that to do with the wildlife filming? Good food processor makes such a difference to your hands. Oh my goodness, yes. And time. And woo! I love it. Trouble is, Mike's got to have all his food processed now. I was out in the garden. I've actually put that in the film that you haven't seen yet about using it. And I was in the garden, like I'm like, what am I going to chop up? Who's for the chop? Where are we? My mum means everything to me. Your mum seems superb. She needs to come on the video. She seems so caring. Read that one. Helen Stone. How are you doing, Teddy? I haven't been on your channel. Don't know. I'm so far from being on. Oh, I read that one. It looked at it, said it would delete my stuff. Oh, well, that's a problem. Gypsy Vanilla Gorilla might be able to help you, Tom Girl City. I don't know. Your best bet is to go on their channel and put a message in their comments, because Jeff isn't Gypsy. Oh, Jeff is the Vanilla Gorilla. Tammy's the Gypsy. He's into technical stuff. So yeah, Tom Girl City, go on the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla and tell him your problem. If he can't help you, I'm sure he'll know someone that can. So do that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, get all your channels linked. They don't tell you these things. Oh yeah, I read that one. Good. Just some more pea brains here. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla's channels are the videos I like best of theirs. They're very diverse, and they've actually have quite a few videos back now did like an intro type video, and it goes through all the different things they do on their channel. But for me, I like the ones they do a lot of sales. They go to like car boot sales or salvage stuff, and Jeff is really good at, he buys like parts of tools like pickaxe handles and then a head. And I tell you what, that knife you got from, you said the guy made it, that like little small knife, it's really pretty with the swirly bit. And then you put it on that miniature anvil. And I was thinking, yeah, weld that to that. That would make a really cool ornament. I don't know if you've done that or not. Tom Girl City can't swim, so don't go pulling into the water. I swim like a fish. Was in swim team for years. Is that Jeff? I'm guessing that's Jeff. So guys, I always say, put on here now something your channel's about to do, or a project you're doing, or something about your channel. If there's people here that aren't on your channel, something to draw people over there and have a look at your channel. Tom Girl City is mostly like vloggy type stuff, I would say. There is some other stuff there. Old Card Junkie is mostly drawing, learning to draw and progressing the drawing, but again, there's other stuff there. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, I've said, like they buy stuff and do stuff. They also do gardening, all sorts of stuff. It's so varied. That really is a varied channel. Lots of technology going on with their animation into it. Oh, I believe Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla can also help you with stickers, and I believe you did the Vineyard Chicks poster and that. So as I say, go on their channel and put something in the comments if that's a help. Blue Self-Reliance, she has 3 different channels. I like the Morning Musings, that's probably my favourite. Self-Reliance tells you, does what it says on the tin, as they say. Morning Musing is the chit chat and keeping up to date. I forget what the other one is top of my head, but it's really good. So that's the 3. Andale is mostly gardening. She does story time. I love the story times. I don't think we've had one of those for a while. Jeff says we film our lives, so yes, a bunch of stuff. We can help with technical and artwork. That's what I meant to say. And I think the coolest thing you've done, something I really like, was that light box thing you transformed. I love that. So yeah, you don't need the links necessarily, guys. What I do when I watch videos, I can't be messing around with links sometimes. For when I watch other channels, I see a channel come up, I actually just write down the name of the channel, and then later on I type it in the top and go on the channel. Tom Girl City needs to find something free I can use. Yeah, as I say, go and ask Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla on their channel. He will help you. And as I say, if he can't, yeah. So and story time sometimes, mostly gardening, lives, lots of lives on that channel. Who have I not done that's been on today? Let's see. Who did I not do? I said Old Car Junkie. Diane Phoenix doesn't have a channel. Della doesn't have a channel. Celinda, I'm not sure. I can't remember if she has a channel or not. I think I've covered everyone that's popped in. Yeah, I've just written down everyone, because you know, guys, if you're on my chat or make a comment on the video, I prioritise you to the channels I watch first, because we've only got so many hours in a day. So that is what I do. It doesn't mean I don't watch other channels, because I do, but I prioritise. Would you like me to drop links? It's up to you. As I say, I don't mind, because I don't technically do it. Sometimes I sit there and I say, oh, if you can drop a link or whatever, if you want to, that's great. If you don't worry about it. I'm not really over bothered in that way, but when people do it, sometimes it's good. The infinity mirror, that's it. And I like the video of yours where, quite a long time back, where you went around all your shelves and showed all your collection of things you bought. There was some amazing stuff there. That was amazing. Scrappy Acres Homestead, now our garden channel. What, you got a new channel? Oh, put a link to that then, please. Do that one, because even I don't know that. But you see, look, I don't look at links. I'm writing it down. Scrappy Acres, I love that. Homestead. Thanks, Anne. Oh, right. So what are you doing? Taking your gardening off that channel, making that separate then? Tammy does lots of pots, and I think she made a birdhouse one time, or she bought a birdhouse and did it up. I like those sort of videos. I like out and about. If any of you are stuck for something to film, I do like to see where you actually live. I don't mean your house, like your area and what it looks like, and scenery, and not so much places to go, but sort of around where you live. Should do a challenge that everyone's got to do a little bit of footage sitting, say, from their front door and their back door and that kind of thing. We could make that a challenge. There you go, Anne. Make that a challenge. Everyone just sits, like stands by their house. They can choose one bit, the front door, back door, side door, whatever, or the end of their land or whatever, and then make a video of what you can see. That would be pretty cool. That would be really nice. Car Junkie, staying strong and healthy. Good for you. We'll go back a little bit. I've missed something. Where am I? Oh, wait, Anne's going live tomorrow. I've missed a lot of chat. I'm going back in there. I'm going to be live tomorrow. Oh, what's 11 Eastern time, Anne? 11 Eastern. Oh, it's at your usual time. I've got that. If it's your usual time. I've got, what's tomorrow? Tuesday, and 6 p.m. Cyprus time. If it's your usual time, I'm there, hopefully. It's my tea time. It's my tea time, which sometimes I say to you if I'm cooking dinner, evening dinner, I can stay until it's ready. Right, let me go back a bit. I missed some, obviously. Oh, yeah, that's Gypsy came in then. How's your day going? Can't swim. Read that. Swum for years. Oh, that's where I was. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. We can film our lives. So, yes, a bunch of stuff. We can help with technical and artwork with that. Hey, all kind of junky. Need to find something free. I read that. Infinity Mirror. I'm saying strong and healthy. That. Oh, there. I love story time with Auntie Anne. I just love Anne's voice. I really do. She is like Auntie, isn't she? Like you imagine going around. I've said it before to her. You imagine going around for tea or visiting at the weekend. I do. Those grandchildren are blooming lucky to have the Anne. Wait. Oh, hold on. We've got something else here. Yes, we have three. Oh, three channels here. I don't know that. Lucky you came on. This one reviews, travel, food. The Gypsy, Tammy's channel. Ah, okay. Let me write that down. See, I didn't know that. Is that her sort of craft and painting her pots and that kind of thing? Tell me all. Is it Tammy's? No, the Gypsy. Oh, yes. I think actually I have looked before. It's one of those names where when you type it in, like thousands of Gypsy things come up. Check it. Just type that in later, the words, not the link, and just see if that happens. I've got a feeling I've typed that in before now, unless it was someone else with Gypsy in their title. You should always all do that, guys. Just type your title in and see if your one comes up or not, because sometimes they don't, or they're like way down. And if that happens, the knack is every tag, if you use the tags, always put your channel name as you have it in the tags, and then it moves it to the top. Oh, you made a video for your ferret, or a channel. You made a channel for your ferret. Noodles. That was so fun seeing that. Love it, Tom Girl City. You're welcome. Description of our vlogs have all the links, so does our social media. I only do YouTube. That is all I have and all I ever plan on doing. So I'm only here. Anne says yes, helps your channel come up. Yeah, certainly does. Even today, if I have time before a live, because it was manic, I actually wasn't doing anything else prior to this. Even your lives, if you're going to talk about something, tag it, because I know some people don't watch lives and some people don't watch videos. Some people like both. I only like lives when they're live. I don't like premieres because I either want to chat or I want to watch the video. And I find by doing that, people aren't really watching the video so much or not chatting. And what you're supposed to do, what it tells you on YouTube, if you do a premiere, it's not for grabbing everyone to watch at the same minute and try and build up your channel. A premiere, after the video's finished, you're supposed to stay on. It says at least 30 minutes to chat. So it's a way of watching a video all together and then chatting after it, but barely anyone uses it properly. Premiere. I don't like premieres. I either want to watch video or I want to chat. My personal opinion. So not very likely you'll ever see me. There's one person I do watch on the premiere, but it's because she has a really short video and she has a really short one. But you need to chat. Oh, that's nice, Teddy. Yes, and helpful. And very helpful. So yeah, have you all put something about what's coming up on your channel or about your channel? And as I say, if there's even one channel that you don't know on here, just pop on, even say hello. Saw you on Dawn's live. It just makes someone's day, doesn't it? You can't stand for 30 minutes after prayer. No, I do. I did a premiere and I was on an hour. I think it's your settings. You've got to look at your settings when you set it up because you can change it. So you probably didn't change the setting. You probably didn't change that because that's set. But it's like this: you have a live and you can say you've got to watch for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. If you don't see that bit and change it, yeah, I think that's probably what happened. I hadn't heard about premieres, don't even know you could stay on. Yeah, if you actually go on YouTube, like where it tells you what things are and all that, that's what it says. It says you need to stay on at least 30 minutes. It's so you can watch a video together and then chat about it. Let's say it's a video how to grow carrots. Well, people want to listen to that. So you can say hello and that in the chat while it's running and whatever else. But then after it's finished, I could say, oh, thanks for that, Anne. How to grow carrots, that was informative. But what about blah, blah, blah. So it's really supposed to be a sort of tutorial, not necessarily a tutorial, but so you can talk more about something, about the video content really. But I've been on some lately and we just have a chit chat afterwards for quite some time. So I don't mind that. As I say, if it's a really short video, I might do it. And as I say, my friend does it and occasionally. But if I see Premiere, Mike's the same. He sees a Premiere, clicks off and goes on something else. So, and we're not on our laptops all the time. So notifications no good to us. And then you don't get that blue dot up again, which he uses. I don't use that. So yeah, Tom Girl City does all sorts of stuff. You have to go on. Sometimes, as I say, there's questions, there's a quiz sort of thing on there, and chit chat about life and all sorts, all sorts. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla, that comes. Oh, I should read it in the right order. You might have said something up here. Gypsy says that comes out Wednesday, the deck remodelled, and we went live today for our Memorial Day parade. Sun tea is done, yummy. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Ashley. How are you? How are you doing? Anyone not been on Ashley's channel? He's a laugh. He's a laugh. I want to steal his what do you call it? Like tracksuit top, would you call it? I want to steal that. I have to run. So Tanya's home, need to take legs. See you again. Hope you're feeling better than you was, let's say. Quick recovery, Blue. Just snuggle down on that new mattress of yours with your blankie. Much love. Oh dear. Yeah, so as I say, anything coming up, anything you want to entice me to your channel. Tom Girl City says some people call MT Tom War Porn Girl. Car Junkie say hello to Ashley. What have you got coming up, Ashley? What's coming up on your channel? Garden top, that's it. I want that. But I put in your comments, not really with Ashley on, but I wouldn't mind if you want to give it to me. I can promote your channel then. Oh, I'll take that as second best. Your actual top. I have to cut up a large limb. I hope we're talking about a tree that fell at the neighbours. I hope you're talking about a tree. Yeah, I do hope you're talking about a tree. Large limb. That's got to be Jeff's arm or leg, if not. Oh dear. See, that's what I'm saying. I like to know where people are because I don't know if people got neighbours. Just chatting about that sort of thing I like. If you've got acreage, is that lots of acreage of people have got around you? Are you in the middle of nowhere with just your place? I'm just nosy. Oh, Ashley, I only have weeds coming up on my channel. But you can eat most of the weeds. Unless the dog's been round here a lot, then best not. Only get foxes and that. Yes, you have to be careful, I suppose. When you have weeds coming up on your channel. That's funny. You've always got something funny to say. You will go back later and look at my jokes, Ashley. You missed the jokes today. Yeah, I have to put the jokes in now. I'm sure if I miss jokes one time, people go and make complainies. So there's always jokes on Monday and there's always jokes on Wednesday. I've made it my policy. They don't necessarily come in any order. They're just random. I have info. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. Our neighbours are half a mile down the road, definitely in the middle of nowhere. We have no neighbours. No neighbours. No neighbours. I don't know how far away you'd say. I don't know. I can't really say. I'm not very good with numbers anymore, but we have no neighbours because we only have, as I said earlier, 6 people live in this whole region, and 2 of those are me and Mike. We can't see neighbours. No neighbours. No neighbours. And that's not because all the land's big. There's some small lands around us. 8 houses on this 2-mile section, mostly fields here. And are they cultivated fields or no? Are they like farm fields, cultivated fields, or just fields or animal grazing? Something like this. See, this is the information I want on people. This is what I want to know. I like seeing where people live, and as I say, not necessarily places to go. I want to see where you live, where you live. Yes, I like that kind of thing. I'm hoping, as I've said before, I've got people coming next Sunday on the 5th. Are the people coming that I'm being their relocator, and I'm fingers crossed that the places I'm going to show them will allow me to film. So you will see what is for sale in Cyprus, and I'm giving them 3 different options because they didn't want to look at loads and loads. They wanted me to be very selective. So I've given them 3 different options. We can see houses, yes, farm fields and woods. Oh, I have to scoot out. You've got your scooter. Scoot out of your scooter. I can imagine you on one of those electric scooters. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Anne. Thanks for being my awesome moderator. I was really sad not to get on Sherry's today, so I'm going to do my very best to come on yours tomorrow. So excellent, and thank you for that expo video. I really enjoyed that. I want to be there. I want to. So thanks for that. I really enjoyed that. I haven't seen Sherry's one actually yet. I need to go and watch that. Flat here so we can see a far distance. Yeah, you know I'm up and I can see the sea. Really good panoramic view of the sea. And one side of me is mountain and landscape. That side of me, you see there just more land, people's lands, and behind me it raises up. So you can't see too much behind our house because the rock formation's up. And this side of me is where the goat farms are. People don't live there. The goat farms are there, 2 goat farms and rural views. And as I say, in front of me is landscape down where it goes down, and then we see the sea. Can't wait for my birthday. That's July, I believe. Was it July? Was it you told me July? No, someone told me July. Yes, it was you. What number July? What date in July? Tom Girl City. I also don't like onions. This is getting bad. Everything you don't like, I do like. And I thought we were like on the same page, but not with food. Oh dear. Go back a little. Oh, and put up Ashley's before she went on her scooter. Cool. Yes. just get a yes there. Just get a yes. Yeah, so I'm going to have to end it soon, guys. July the 3rd. Going to have to end it soon because it is now 7:30 p.m., 7:35 p.m. And Mike's doing, he's doing the rolls, but he's doing cheese and fried egg. Cheese and fried egg. So you put the cheese, like slice of cheese, and then he puts the fried egg on top as soon as it's done, and that sort of melts the cheese a little bit, and then he pops the egg and rubs it all in. Oh, are you doing the eggs now? he's like, I'm doing mine. Then I better hurry up then and get out of here, so he won't sit and eat his and not do mine. Oh no. Can you hear him? So I really appreciate you all being here, guys. Thank you so much. I really do love you being here. We've had so much fun as per normal. And as I say, I'm prioritising next time I have time to go on channels, you guys, and then anyone in any comments. And thanks for being here. And as I always end these ones, don't forget I'm here Wednesday, same time for chit chat and more jokes. Good to see you too. And I'll probably see you on Jimmy's tomorrow. So I'll see you there. And until next time, as I end my Monday ones, be seeing you, but not if I see you first. Bye, guys. Thanks a lot.